Hi everyone, welcome to our show, Corporate Legends. Today we have Mr. Shyam Srinivasan with us, who is a visionary leader and an accomplished banker. His visions have profoundly impacted the Indian banking industry since he has taken charge as MD and CEO of Federal Bank since 2010. Now, today, in 2024, he has retired and now he is a non-advocate chairman of Federal Financial Services. Under his leadership, Federal Bank has reached several milestones. Welcome to the show, sir. It is absolute pleasure to have you here today with us.
Good, thank you. Let's have a good chat and try and see how I can help with this meeting.
So I just curious to know. I just found out from Wikipedia that you was born in Trivandrum. So how often do you visit Kerala actually?
No, I was born in Trivandrum, but the last 14 years I've been living here only in Alua. Federal Bank headquarters is in Alua. So I've actually lived in Kochi for the last 14 years. But the bank's headquarters is in Alua. So I have lived here in recent years. So I'm not great with Malayalam, but I am fully aware of all the local tidings. Yes.
Just before starting into the technical side, I just wanted to start with a fun question. So if at all, as a banker, if at all you had a chance to solve all the challenges the banks are facing worldwide, which one will you pick?
Great question. I think
tricky question, yeah.
Yeah, tricky question, right? I wish there was one easy answer, but I would think the one that, whether it's banking or any industry, that one should look to solve for, somehow get a calm mind, because problems are not going to be away from anybody. But to deal with that, employees, employers, banks, any company needs a clear and calm mind. So if there's one thing that I'd pray for and to try to ensure that everybody has, is a calm head so that many problems can be solved.
Yes, perfect. So there is no one thing we can pick and solve as of now, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So to begin with, we see a rapid, significant transformation of traditional banking to digital banking these days. It's like everybody has everything on their fingertips, like the loans, the applying of loans, availing of loans. Everything is so easy. The transformation has been huge. So at this point of time, as a banker, what is your opinion about the traditional banking system in future?
At Federal Bank, we had a line, this digital at the fore, human at the core. That was our mantra. I think it continues to be the mantra. And the thought behind that is, as much as the world goes more and more digital, behind that is the human being.
Yeah.
So in my view, as the technology catches up or sets the tone for future of banking, the more and more technology gets into the banking world, you can't take away from the element of human engagement.
Yeah.
Nature will change. You may not do routine transactions by talking to your banker or going to the bank, right? Those may happen digitally.
Yeah.
But as the society evolves and people become more and more technology friendly, many of the routine activities will happen digitally.
Yes.
But for activities that require more human engagement, relationship management, money management, investment management, you will see the core of the traditional practices don't go away. Yeah. Will it totally disappear and it will only become digital? I think that's many years away. India is too diverse, too heterogeneous a country to have one solution for everybody. 1.4 billion people cannot be solved with one tool. I think India will see for many years, multiple formats. Some are extremely digital and some are extremely human. Yeah. And a large mass in the middle is a mix of both. So you're going to see this happen for the next 20, 30, 40 years. By the time I'll be gone, maybe you will also be in your retirement stage. Then we will see. Yeah. But I think the digital transformation is real. But you have to keep in mind that it has to be juxtaposed with the human engagement, which was the line we used to use in Federal Bank, is about digital at the fore and human at the core.
Coming to that point, the artificial intelligence also has come into the picture. So we can say that it has taken over. It has been a storm in all the sectors and all the professions. So how do you see the banking sector will affect?
Yeah, the reason we must understand is India is too heterogeneous and too diverse
Yeah.
with so many economic strata and digital awareness. So it's not like everybody is digitally aware and everybody economic,
Yeah.
right? So you will find people with great digital awareness, poor economics, great economic strength, but poor digital awareness. All combinations exist.
Yeah.
So you have to believe that India's explosion of population digital combination will take many years before it becomes one format, and that's like I said, 30, 40 years.
Yes, exactly. So, in account with digitalization and all this coming to the picture, there's one thing, one problem that's been spreading wild across is the scams behind it. Like we get to hear on daily basis on news and WhatsApp, like this scam is coming up, be careful, be this, be aware of it, do not give the OTPs, such kind of things we get to hear on daily basis actually. So there's a fear among the users or the normal crowd that digital platforms or digitalization, especially the banking sector, is not safe. So what's your stand regarding this?
No, I think that's a bona fide question and something that people should be extremely aware of.
Yes.
Like you said, when conveniences increase and technology is playing a material part of it,
Yeah.
fraudsters try to make inroads into such spaces. The only and best solution for that is continuous awareness. Banks, regulators, financial institutions are constantly reminding and advertising, reminding, speaking to customers or non-customers and telling them about the need to be very careful. Uh, just like if you have a home and you have left your key and you have been very careless about your key, then somebody will be walking into your house and taking away stuff. So in the modern day, the key is your digital identity, the OTP or whatever that is. So we have to safeguard that and be extremely careful. And I do believe the awareness levels that all of us should create, whether banks, regulators, media, has to reach everybody to be extremely careful. But it is true, the fraudsters are on the prowl, but as practitioners, our job is to make sure that we keep building, fortress in such a way that nobody illegal can penetrate. But it's a cat and mouse game. What you do, somebody tries to do better. Most important is customers' awareness, particularly the elderly or the more vulnerable parts of society who probably get either threatened or cheated to do the wrong thing. So we have to be constantly re-advising people, talking about the benefits of digital capabilities, using it more wisely, giving them constant advice, and of course, having the use of technology to monitor any wrong practices. And banks are doing a damn good job of continuously monitoring accounts to see any kind of unhealthy or out of pattern experiences. So there are ways to control it. There are limits so that the never the amounts are significant. But nothing can replace awareness and constant education.
So do you think this issue, I mean, this scam issue can actually be a threat to the future of digital banking system?
I don't think that these are not like I keep saying, right? These are not either or. It's everything. It's not like because a few scamsters are trying to break in, people will stop using. So they have to put more filters, more protection, and ensure that they are able to safeguard their interests best. And as banks, as financial institutions, as regulators, they have a role to play. They have to make sure that they're constantly advising customers, looking for patterns that are not that are out of normal,
Yeah.
and quickly introducing initiatives that are safeguarding interests of customers. So it's not going to go away. But having said that, it will only increase the awareness levels.
Yeah.
Conversations like what we are having, right? This 10,000 people see this. Hopefully, they will remember the next time they get any of these calls they should ignore it. 2-3 days back in the media, I think the Prime Minister also thought there is no such thing called a digital arrest. If anybody says there's a digital arrest, ignore it. There's no such thing. Our country doesn't have any such practices. So if these fraudsters are trying those have to be almost ignored, or that line should not even be entertained.
So if we are taking to the bank's point of view, the current few of the challenges banks are facing are the proper or the resource mobilization. We see a rapid growth of credit. Credit growth is being increased, but the deposit growths are not being increased. So that is one challenge banks is facing from their side. Maybe because users are finding better alternatives to invest their money as they are receiving better incentives maybe. But how do you see this? Like, how will this affect the bank actually?
I think that has been the last, say, 12-18 months. Rate of growth of deposits has generally moderated. If credit is growing, say, X, maybe deposit was growing 0.8x or so, 0.8x, 0.9x. But you must have seen yesterday's headlines in some of the media is that in the last month, that trend is slowly starting to reverse. Credit growth is moderating, deposit growth is picking up. So these are structural market changes people have by the nature of how investment returns are, by the nature of how technology is helping people to invest a lot more easily than it did 3-5 years back. The younger crowds coming into the job market and trying to use their resources for investment purposes is changing the nature of how deposits are growing in the country. But that doesn't mean that this is the end of the game. It just means that banks or institutions have to readjust to the new reality, right? And have to be more efficient and use their resources more wisely. You've already seen in the quarter, in the October month, as I mentioned yesterday's newspaper, Economic Times, I think, had a front page on how the deposit growth is slowly starting catching up. The credit has slightly slowed down. I think these are cyclical and structural both at the same time. You will see deposit growth pick up. You will see some parts of credit growth moderate, and that new order will emerge. And regulators are also watching these things very closely and introducing new formats of what should be liquidity coverage every bank should carry, how much credit deposit ratio should be there. And I think over a period of time, maybe this calendar year or till March 25, you will see some kind of readjustment, but I would think that will become the new order going into the next financial year.
So talking about the young crowd, we get to hear this term called work-life balance more often these days from the younger crowd actually. So there's always a conflict between the employees and employers regarding this. The employers say that they are providing the best benefits, so they have to commit the entire time, the full of their time into the companies, for instance, if it's bank. So whereas the young crowd is not ready for it, they need their time, their personal time and everything. So there is always a conflict between both of this. So what do you think about it?
I know if some of your younger viewers may shoot me when they hear my answer, but I will tell you nevertheless, right? See, first thing, Aditya, this work-life balance is a misunderstood term. You want work-life integration. You have to figure out how to do both. Okay. And don't believe that work is a problem, because I think life will not be satisfactory if you don't have good work.
Exactly.
And the converse, if you don't have a good personal life, the work will be a mess.
Exactly.
So people have to find a way to integrate both. This thing about work-life balance, I will work from 9 to 5 and then I won't work from 5 to 9, is, I think, a thing of the past.
Okay.
If you have a bad work day, try going back home and being satisfied. Or the reverse. If you have a bad personal time, try going back to work and trying to be good. It's almost impossible. So you have to figure out how you're going to integrate the two and not treat them as two different compartments in life. That's my view. Okay. And employers are very sensitive to it. And the bank that I was working part of for most good organizations are extremely sensitive to this. They have to provide an environment which is conducive for you to put your best. You can choose to be, callous, or you can be part of engagement and partly engage heavily and enjoy both. So I would encourage all our younger colleagues to be thoughtful about work-life integration and not get carried away by this misnomer of work-life balance. Find a way. You will on days you'll have to put in 14 hours, and on days you'll have to put in only 6 hours because you have some other things lined up. And I think today's new age capabilities allow you to do things, many things from many places at any time. So find a way. Be the best version of yourself and integrate both.
Okay, sir. I think I'll take that personally, that I should find a work life integration, not balance. I'll take that as your advice.
Good. Happy to hear that.
Yeah, excellent. So, coming to Kerala and the structure here, you have contributed a lot to the banking sector and into our state as well. So, personally, what do you think? What kind of changes Kerala should bring into for the economic factors to develop and for better financial literacy and everything?
No, I think there are two parts. One is financial literacy in Kerala is higher than many other states,
Yeah.
right? For a range of reasons. One, generally overall literacy and human development is way better here than many other states. One. Two, Kerala is home to many leading financial institutions, whether it's banks or non-bank financial institutions. This is the headquarters for many leading players. So for many years, a lot of stuff has happened which has penetrated deep into. In fact, Kerala was the first state to have 100% financial literacy, maybe 10 years ago. So I think awareness is not a problem, but for the state to grow and be more meaningful as a key player in the country, there are many things that have to happen, and I'm sure there are a lot of debates on that. But I would say it is a fantastic opportunity for small businesses and services to flourish. Right? This is a state where the ecology is good, the overall ecosystem is healthy, healthcare is fantastic, tourism is, of course, it's starlight. So I would think we have to figure out how to bring many younger people to come not just for holidays, but come and want to work here. That's how you break it. So we have to think about Kerala as a magnet for it to be attractive for anybody to come and live and work peacefully and make it a cosmopolitan opportunity, which means you need the entertainment that supports them, you need the food that supports them, you need the ecosystem to enable for them to come and not see this just as a 3-day holiday place and go away. So once that happens, you get population, younger crowds, you're going to see the local system starting to get more productive. And not just blue collar workers, you have to get corporate, software, services, healthcare. Then you will see this becoming a lot more, let's say, vibrant economy.
Yes, so that's very important, especially today when we see the younger crowd leaving the country, leaving the state for better opportunities. I think that is one important point that we can make the state grow.
Yeah. See, we have to treat Kerala and Keralites as two different entities.
Yeah.
Keralites can go and flourish anywhere, no problem.
Yeah.
Kerala can become the opportunity for anybody to come and flourish.
Exactly.
So the state will flourish. And as the state flourishes, maybe less Keralites will want to go out. We should not. I am not a Keralite, but I have enjoyed my stay here and nothing to complain. Right? So there's every reason why anybody can come and live here and peacefully. So we should encourage Kerala to blossom.
Exactly. Sir, I saw all over the internet your inspiring stories and how you transformed Federal Bank over the years of your service there. So I would like to ask you, what were the challenges you faced there, and what exactly was the significant changes you brought into the bank for this huge transformation?
First of all, Deepta, I would not say anything was a significant challenge. It's just the process of evolution.
Okay.
The bank had Originally, being a dominant local market player, we set our ambition to become a pan-India prominent all-India player. So that transition from strong in one area to prominent across the country is a journey. So in that journey, everybody you have to carry people and say, hey, listen, that journey is exciting. Come join us. So the first part of the journey was to tell people how beautiful that journey is and why that destination is attractive. Once people start believing in that journey and the destination, they are the one leading it, and you don't have to do much effort. You only create the pathway for them to enjoy that journey. And I think over the years, the bank has recognized that, has done a good job of building itself into the next version. And I'm sure in the next 5 years, it will be one more version, and it's a constant evolution. But I think the key point, Tita, is the fact that bank built a fantastic team. Many of the senior levels were constantly there, so they did not go in and out. And because they were there, they could carry the message down the line. And people saw word and action is consistent. Once they see word and action is consistent and everybody is enjoying the journey, then the journey becomes more exciting, and the every milestone to celebrate and move on. So I think it's been a journey where people got excited by the opportunity, stayed together, built a home, and stayed happily in that home.
Okay, sir. It was absolute pleasure to have you here. But before we wind up, I have just one more question for the younger crowd in our country or in our state. That what advice will you like to give to the people who are looking a future or looking their career to build in banking sector?
I would say two things.
Yeah.
One is certainly believe in the opportunity and stay the course. Right, there will be ups and downs.
Yeah.
There will be ups and downs. There's no doubt. Everybody will have ups and downs. Nobody's going to have it easy. So stay the course and keep the faith. But the second and more important one, which I tell all our younger colleagues, and I tell everybody, my younger colleagues, I tell everybody, including myself, banking in particular, and generally business is all about trust, right? It's about you have to earn the trust of somebody else. You can't buy the trust. So to all our colleagues and to younger ones in particular, I keep saying, ask yourself, whatever you do, will you pass the "Can I tell mom" test? If you can tell mom, family member, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever, go back home and tell them that you did it and you're feeling proud about it, then you have not done anything wrong. Then you're making the right progress. So I generally say, always try and pass "Can I tell mom" test. If you do that, you've done well.
Okay, sir, perfect. I think that is helpful for many. Now, everything apart out of context, from your background, I found out that you are a huge cricket fan. So, who is your favorite cricketer?
That also you would have found out. My all-time favorite is Rahul Dravid,
Okay.
whom I greatly admire. And yeah, others I like, but Dravid is.
Okay, sir. Have you got an opportunity to meet him?
Yeah, spend some time. Yes.
Okay, sir. Perfect. Thank you so much for giving your valuable time to us. It was an absolute pleasure to have you here on our floor.
This is him signing the back.
Oh, oh, sir. Oh, you have keeping it very close to you.
Yeah, it's in my home office. Yes.
Oh, sir, it was absolute pleasure having you here. Thank you for your valuable time you had spent with us, with all the insights, all the information, and your story is really inspiring to all the younger crowds like me. Thank you so much. It was really nice talking to you.
All the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.